guys, hello, welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so I'm putting out, it's Sunday today, so I'm putting out a couple of videos for you, because I'll be travelling tomorrow night, and our flight's midnight, so I won't get back in the UK. Well, no, I don't know, it's 11:45 here. And then I don't end up getting back into the UK well about 5 o'clock in the morning, I think. So, and then Tuesday, I've still got to get home, and that'll take a couple of hours. And on Tuesday, I will be obviously knackered. Okay, so you'll be getting a video tomorrow and Tuesday, but they're already pre-done. Okay, so don't expect me to be returning, and of course as well I'll have to have my SIM card changed, and I'll be needing my son to do that. Okay, so yeah, but hopefully come Wednesday I'll be able to put out a video and open up the day to ask. That is something we will keep. You've loved it, and but don't ask any questions in the videos. Save them until you see the title, Dare to Ask is open. Okay, do me a favour, because you have some really good questions and they're on other videos, and I haven't got the time to go back and search for them. So if you've been asking questions that have not been answered, you will get the opportunity to put your question forward on Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it then. So I want to know about Tom Bower. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, what is, how does Tom feel about his book? So I'm seeing like a lot of pain here. So it's going to be focusing on somebody's pain. Somebody's pain, okay, unhealthy, somebody not well. Okay, what will he say about Megan? He's got a lot to say on Megan, about how she goes about things, and she's in charge, and he's actually going to praise her in some way. What will he say about Harry? How unhappy he is, as well, you know, maybe even about a past love. So I think in the comments on one or two of the last videos I did, I put that I'd reveal who the Queen of Pentacles was, but when I asked it wasn't her, so I think I got ahead of myself. So I'll just continue to work on that. I think you've got his past loves. What will he say about the Sugar Squad? That it's organised and they know what they're doing. It's not boozy, it's not scabies. I think it could be, like they're saying, it's an organisation, maybe for PR. I mean, I am going to go and clarify these, don't worry. What will he say about William? How unhappy he is. What will he say about King Charles? We'll be shocked by something he says about King Charles. What will he say about Lily? I think he's going for the name there, because I'm feeling the Queen. What will he say about Archie? they're going to say something like, in particular, a particular criticism. Is he going to reveal that Harry and Meghan used a surrogate? I think he's dancing around that. I think he's dancing around it and saying, like, they've invited the speculation. What will Tom Bower reveal about the Queen? The cruelty. The cruelty shoved on her. So about, you know, the end of her time and what she'd been through. What will he say about the bullying accusations against Harry and Meghan? So we're getting somebody else finding out, somebody else finding out. I'm getting lies and deceit that will be revealed. What will he say about the bullying report that was done in-house privately by the Queen? Someone exaggerating things to gain favour. I think that they don't want to make Meghan and Harry look bad, okay? Will Tom Bower reveal he's interviewed, you know, members of the Sussex Survivor Club? I'm getting something done differently, so that it happens, that it happened. So that situation, okay, and yeah, that situation is not how we think it went, okay. And it's situation and facts. Not revealed yet. Okay. Will he, what will he say about Doria? I see positive there, unfortunately. That she's trying to make things better for Meghan. Oh, do you remember? It was those that have been with me a long time. Do you remember when I said there was a gardener who's seen a lot and he was outside and you know, he was going to tell on somebody, on Meghan and Harry? Well, I'm sure I did not dream it, but I saw something and I can't remember where it was, but the gardener was actually a Buckingham Palace gardener who worked for Meghan and Harry, and she was, so it must have been at Frogmore. So yeah, I did say he would come out and speak. Will the gardener, you know, be in Tom Bower's book? Yeah, I think so. Could even be in chapter 3. What will Tom Bower reveal about Thomas Markle Sr.? I was going to talk about, you know, the stress it caused and the ill health, okay, ill health. And how he helped, you know, Meghan out with, so he's correcting some of the shite that's been put out there by Meghan. And it does look like he's supporting Thomas Markle. I'll stop there because I already want to do a reading on a recent chat with Lady C. Okay, so what we got then? Heartache, pain, misery. Will Tom Bower reveal that for some reason Meghan couldn't have children, yes or no? No. I think he stays away from that, even though we see trouble here. So what we got? The trials, you know, is Tom Bower sympathetic to Meghan in this book? No. Is he sympathetic to Harry in this book? Yes. I think this goes right back to their relationship. Right at the beginning, and even just before he met Meghan. Will he talk about, you see, I'll be honest with you, I thought the Queen of Pentacles could be Chelsea Davy, you know. They're friends, they write to each other, they go to, she would have gone to rehab to see him. But it wasn't her, I didn't get it as her. And he does still carry a torch for her, she was perfect for him, but, you know, he didn't make enough effort with her, really, to, you know, he didn't want to, I mean, their relationship is exactly, you know, opposite to what Meghan is. And Meghan was furious about Chelsea Davy being invited to the wedding. So will he bring that up in the book? Yeah, they're gonna, you know, he's going to talk about how Meghan hit the roof. Is he going to mention Chelsea Davy? Well, if he does, I mean, there's no way Chelsea Davy would ever talk to anybody, okay? So, I'm getting maybe that they're not as in touch as they used to be. You know, you got Meghan there. I will look at Chelsea Davy and Sam. So how will, you know, the public will buy this book or read this book or see excerpts from the book? How will the public perceive Meghan Markle? That she always wanted, you know, the fame game. So nothing new there, is there? How will the public perceive Harry in this book? He's unhappy, you know, wants to return. How will the public perceive Tom Bower and you know, in this writing this book and the content, you know, what he's wrote? How will we feel as the public about Tom and this book, about his book? It says if he sticks up for Catherine as well. So does Catherine get a mention? Yes. More information revealed, you know, about how she's tried to help Harry and William. Well, it could be, you know, as people have said, and you know, I mean, these are all sources, and then, you know, I predict what other people talk about on their channels, okay? I see it first, and then it happens, and then they talk about it. Now that is your social media, but what you've got with the mainstream media is they're going for the favourite side first, and then they tear them down. You know, it's always the case, okay? Always the case. Build them up, take them down. Because then you've got double the conversation. I think this is possibly what William do in the future. Is that right? Yes. On your bike. But the future, look, I've said things, about people. Oh, that's it, I'm never talking to them again. Oh, that's it, I'm not going there with them. I ain't got the time of day for them. And then, something happens and it changes my mind because they have more insight, okay? Is Tom Bauer going to mention Charles Spencer? Well, it will because of Diana. So is it going to talk about Diana again? Yes, absolutely. Obviously, I don't feel, it's like I've said with all these bloody books that come out, there might be one or two things, but I just feel like will I feel that Tom Bauer's book is just going over old ground? And maybe a refresh. Well, I do feel like, I will feel like poor decisions have been made, and it says take action. I'll be taking action, okay. So I will feel it's about everything I've said about Harry and Meghan with their poor decision making, that, yeah. And that I may feel he's even, wasted potential. Will Tom Bauer reveal he has actually spoken with Trevor? Now that's interesting. That's interesting. I think he's going to talk about their relationship because I'm seeing 8 years. Now I know people say 9, but I'm seeing 8 years. Stories about work, about acting, about maybe how he got Meghan work. I don't see that he has spoken to Trevor directly, okay, but let's have a look. I'm always happy to be wrong. Okay, has Tom Bauer spoken directly with Trevor? No, okay. So that's mainly about, the work situation. So it's work colleagues, But obviously he will tie people down. He can't put in anything that could put a lawsuit in, and I don't think he would anyway. He knows the score, but I do feel like he's talked to friends of Meghan. Has he talked to friends of Meghan, whether they be ex? Yeah, people, but they don't want to come forward. That's the problem. They don't want to come forward. So I think things might be a little sketchy. How unsuccessful I get. So it was obviously, Trevor was a pivotal role in Meghan, getting suits and stuff like that. It wasn't enough for her. It wasn't enough. So if people are going to come out and say things like her ex-colleagues and stuff, it's going to be that shit, the attention was never enough. Compared to that politics video, Reform and Labour, see how much simpler it is. But we get to the bottom of it at the end, didn't we? Okay, so how will Megan feel about Tom Bower's book? You know, threatening to sue, this, that and the other, okay? But again, it's empty threats as per usual. It is empty threats. How will Harry feel about this book? Again, feeling defensive as well, you know. They're both not happy, so I think it's more of being pathetic rather than angry. How will William feel about the book? Nobody comes out of this. Oh, look, you know, she gets painted as the bully that she is. And she's also angry as well. Has Tom Bower spoken to people who were close to William to get his side of the coin? No, not really. People aren't willing, and he wouldn't allow it anyway. So if there is any reference to courtiers and all stuff like that, it's not William. How will Catherine feel about the book? That they've got it wrong, you know. That they've got it wrong. It's like it's not right. It's not right. I don't think any of the royals are coming out looking good in this. How will the king feel about the book? He's just doing his duty. He's just doing his duty. How will he feel? There's loads of books there. Oh, read this book, Charles. Read this book, Charles. Read this. So he won't be reading it. He's just cracking on. How will Camilla feel about the book? Not happy at all. How will Eugenie feel about the book? All the fighting, you know, arguing. So from my point of view, falling out. Now I work my way to the dead people. So how will the late Queen feel about this book? Yeah. She wouldn't have even read it, okay? Basically, there's separate things, separate issues here. She just can't wait for a divorce. She would have turned her back on it, you know. Sorry, that was her husband this time. Oh my God, I'm popular today. Okie dokie, so yeah, she wouldn't have read it at all. It's separate issues. How would Diana feel about this book? This is about diagnosing something after a long time. Okay, so news held back. This will involve her, you know. And it involves her, and it's a connection with Harry, probably about feelings, okay, and the same, maybe even a diagnosis as well. But she wouldn't have been interested in it either. Now that's odd, that, because this is about Harry looking for things all over the place about his mum. Diana used to do the same, but hers was with the media, so she'd read everything, you know, in the media, and Harry reads everything on social media as well. So I'm kind of getting that kind of vibe from them. Overall, will I be impressed with what Tom Bower and his book reveals? Will I? Yes or no? That's all I need to know. Yes or no? No, I won't. We always have this hype, okay? We have it with a certain lady that wrote books, and then Tom Bower, And then other women, you know, there was a woman who did one as well. There's nothing really shocking, you know, apart from something that comes out about King Charles. And I think that could be more to do with his health than anything else. And that's how I feel. So, not so much. Just confirming some of the stuff that is already out there. We already know the truth about the surrogacy. We just need to have it proven. We already know about Harry and Meghan getting divorced. We just need to, you know, it proven. We know stuff. We know about the Sugar Squad. Just needs to be proven. So unless he can come up with these links, I don't think us normal folk will be that impressed, to be fair. He has to have some new bits. I feel like it's a refresher, you know, of his Facebook. Even maybe adding to it. Well, that's it. I'm not going to be impressed, and I don't think you will either. Okay, guys, that's it from me for this video. I'll be back soon with another one. I'm going to go have some lunch, okay? And then I'll get back to it, okay? Bye now. Bye-bye.